Welcome back to Amuro's in the Kitchen, Tahiti Edition. We went to Tahiti on our honeymoon and I ate Poisson Cru every single day. That was my favorite meal ever. But before we take you to the kitchen, let's take you on a ride on a jet ski around the island of Bora Bora. So on our honeymoon in 2013, a year later after we got married, in Greece, we went to Tahiti for our honeymoon, and one of the adventures we took was to jet ski around the entire island of Bora Bora. That is a must-do if you're ever in Tahiti. Jason loved it so much he called it his water Harley Davidson. Today we'll be making Poisson Cru, which is basically ceviche with coconut milk. So we start off by chopping all the veggies. Basically just pulled out whatever I had in my fridge, and this is the quarantine edition of Poisson Cru, which is use what we have in the refrigerator, chop it up. And so I've got some mini peppers that we bought last week, so I'm just going to be chopping that up to add. In addition to that, I've got some grated carrots, some parsley, some tomatoes, maybe I think I used about 4 Roma tomatoes there, and we'll be adding that to our Poisson Cru. So I get that prepped while Jason then starts with cutting the ono that we purchased a few days ago from the local seafood restaurant. So after he removed the skin with a very sharp knife, he's going to go ahead and cut it up into small cubes. A lot smaller than what you would use for poke. It would be, so it's for ceviche, so it's really small cuts of fish because we're going to be marinating that in lime juice to cook. So we've got about a pound of ono. So we were able to, we were totally blessed to be able to buy it for about $4 a pound. So we used about a pound's worth of ono for this dish. So like I said, this is the quarantine edition of Amuro's in the Kitchen because we just used whatever we had in our fridge and our pantry. I didn't have any fresh lime, so I used the concentrated lime, but it did say that it was from fresh squeezed lime, so I'm sure it's just as good. Well, not quite. Fresh is always best, but this is what we had. So, but it turned out really good though. So last week I was totally blessed with fresh produce from a friend of mine, and part of that was some oranges. So we still had some oranges left from the basket of blessings that she gave us. So we're using about a juice of about 1 orange to add that fresh citrus taste to the Poisson Cru. So once I've added the lime and the orange juice, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of fresh ground pepper and some sea salt to taste. And then we'll give that a nice toss to just blend all the flavors together. After I've given that a good toss, I'm going to just cover it, put it in the fridge for about 10 to 12 minutes to let that cook. All the citrus juices, the lime and the orange, pretty much will cook the ceviche, the fish to a ceviche. And after that, I'm gonna just add the yellow onions and some garlic. So give that a nice toss once again. So once again, this is the quarantine edition of Amuro's in the Kitchen. So I didn't have any fresh ginger on hand, so I used fresh squeezed ginger from the bottle. So quarantine edition, like I said. So we try to be resourceful and use what we have. And because I've pretty much left the house maybe 4 times in the last 6 weeks, we try to limit our times at the market. But if we have things in the fridge, I will try to make something out of what we have. So now we're gonna add all the vegetables that we had chopped up earlier. The carrots, the grated carrots, the tomatoes, the parsley, and the bell peppers. Or the mini peppers. So we're gonna give that another nice toss. Just blend everything in. So if I wanted to just leave it as a ceviche, I would probably stop here. But I'm gonna take it up to another level and make it the Tahitian version, which is a Poisson Cru. That adds the coconut milk. When we were in Tahiti on our honeymoon, we actually grated the coconuts ourselves, and we squeezed out the coconut milk from the coconut that we shaved, and had fresh Poisson Cru with fresh coconuts. But we don't have that here right now, and I happen to have some coconut chips in the refrigerator. So, you know, the can of coconut and the coconut chips, that's what we make do with what we have. And in the end, it actually turned out, oh, so delicious. I mean, maybe with the fresh lime and maybe fresh coconut would have been up another level. But Quarantine Edition, I say this is pretty good. And it takes me back to Tahiti, where I literally ate Poisson Cru every single day while we were on our honeymoon. So hope you enjoyed our Amuro's in the Kitchen Tahiti Edition with our Poisson Cru, my favorite dish while we were in Tahiti. Hope you enjoy it. As they say in Tahiti, Yorana! Thanks for joining us at Amuro's in the Kitchen. So we'll take you on a continuation of our jet ski around the island, and you can see Mount Otaneru there as we take a tour around the entire island of Bora Bora on a jet ski. Amazing.
Jet skiing in Bora Bora, Tahiti. Yorana! Yorana! Woo!
So after we went jet skiing around the island of Bora Bora, we were able to make fresh coconut milk straight from the coconuts picked on the island of Bora Bora. Maruru.